We lived in a small duplex at the edge of a dying town. I worked from home, long hours, mostly alone. Daniel knocked one evening. That wasn't something he usually did. He asked if I could hear something. I couldn't. That night I sat in the dark and listened anyway. At 12:47, I heard it. Something beneath the floor. I stood at the basement door for a long time. When it opened, cold air came up the stairs. The basement looked normal. It didn't feel normal. Then the flashlight found the marks on the floor. They weren't footprints. They were something longer, something wrong. Daniel's face told me he understood before I did. We both turned at the same moment. Nothing there. We left. We didn't discuss why we moved so fast. By the fourth day, Daniel looked like he hadn't slept at all. He pointed at his bedroom wall without looking at it. The wall moved. Not cracking, bending, from the inside. 5 fingers pressed through. Long, patient, certain. Daniel slid down the wall to the floor, just collapsed. The lights went out. 1 second, everything was there. When they came back on, Daniel was gone. His phone was on the floor, still recording. I sat in the dark and made myself listen. At first, it was just breathing. His, I think. Then his voice. Don't answer it, whatever it is. Something responded, not from across the room, from right beside him. He asked what it was. It told him, something that grows when seen. I couldn't sleep after that. I just stared at the ceiling. The basement door was always there, quiet, waiting. I texted him that night. He told me not to go down. He had gone down alone, before he ever came to me. He opened the door by himself first. I didn't know that. He stood halfway down, alone, with just the flashlight. The beam found the marks. He stood there studying them. That was the night it first spoke to him. He saw the full circle then. He didn't step inside it. He backed away slowly. He didn't run. I think that mattered. We stood in the hallway afterward. Neither of us spoke. The next morning, he was still in yesterday's clothes. He looked at his own face in the mirror, like it was unfamiliar. I tried to work. I kept listening to the walls instead. He pressed his ear to the wall that evening, listening back. The wall moved. Just slightly. Just enough. We stood side by side. Neither of us moved toward the door. The shape traveled. It was following us. It was curious. It pressed close to the surface. Close enough to have a form. He told me he had answered it. 2 days before. I stepped back. That was when I understood. The fingers came back. More certain this time. The light flickered. The shadows on the wall shifted. Then the lights failed completely. 6 seconds of nothing. When they returned, I was the only one standing there. I picked up the phone. My hand was not steady. I listened to the voicemail alone. I shouldn't have done that. The recording was 41 seconds long. Afterward, I became aware of the walls, of the room around me. I walked through the duplex for the last time that night. I sold the building. They tore it down 3 months later. I moved somewhere smaller. I told myself it was finished. Then, a package arrived outside my door. No return address. Inside, it was Daniel's flashlight. I recognized it immediately. I held it for a long time without turning it on. The note said the handwriting was almost his. Almost. You listened for 41 seconds. That's 39 more than it takes.